Hi, let's jump into our campaign calendars. You will have received one in your email from me. And let's just explain how it works. First of all, how you find it in your back office. Um, you're just going to go into avonnow.com on the computer. This is what you will see when you come up. The campaign calendar is right here in the middle. If you are on your smartphone or on a tablet, it also will be right there on the home page when you open it at the top in pink, just the same way. You cannot miss it. So click on your campaign calendar, and this is going to give us how we sell for our entire year. Here in Avon, we have a 26 campaign calendar year. So campaign 1 through campaign 26 is our selling cycle year. Um, the campaigns last 2 weeks. And as you can see on here, this shows the campaign number, when the campaign opens, when it closes, and then also if you are a leader, when you can expect your compensation bonuses to be deposited into your account. If you are interested in making even more money with Avon, talk to me about growing your own team if you haven't already. It is an excellent way to make extra money in this business. Okay, so let's look. We have two ways of working our calendar. The most simple way is our e-store. Our e-store is just exactly how this campaign calendar reads. Um, the book for campaign 4 will become visible on 122. A campaign always opens on a Wednesday. So the book will become visible on 122, and then it will 2 weeks later close on 2/4. So it has had 2 weeks on our e-store to be visible and to be bought from. What I want you to pay attention to is that campaigns close at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So it does close earlier in the day. I am Central Time, so we are at 4 o'clock when it closes. I never, with our e-stores, it is not that big a deal. Our customers will just see um, the next calendar book. But if you are going for a goal, remember that it takes longer for a e-store order to show. So if somebody comes in on, I would say anywhere from Sunday through Tuesday, there is a very good chance that it is not going to show up in that campaign for you for an e-store order. It is probably going to show up in the next campaign's cells. So if you're trying to reach for a goal, um, for some type of incentive, keep that in mind. The e-store, remember, it takes 2 days to process those. So if you're going for a goal, e-store orders Sunday, the last Sunday through the closing Tuesday, probably will show up on the next campaign cycle. Okay, so that is the one way to work this book, is through our e-stores. So we are also selling face-to-face. Selling face-to-face, I want to take a step back and show and tell you how we used to do this so that you understand and appreciate why we do what we do now. When I very first started, we were given a date to place our orders, and that was depends on where we lived, and that was the day that we placed our orders, period. So some of us were at the beginning of the campaign cycle, and then others of us were at the closer to the closing of the campaign cycle. Well, the people that were placed closer to the end um, usually had complaints about sellouts, things being out of stock, especially around the holiday seasons. Fashion can sell fast. So they rightfully had a complaint that because they were put at the end of the cycle, they were continuously having sellouts. And it does happen with our temporary products, our holidays, our fashion. They can sell out. Um, so what campaign did, or what Avon did with our campaigns, is they listened and they said, okay, we're going to give you an open 2-week range. You can order anywhere within the opening and close of a campaign, and put your order in when it's good for you. What I recommend, and this is just from doing this for, for my time and growing my business, what I recommend for you is to put your order in as close to the opening of the campaign as possible. I personally put my order in on the day the campaign opens. But I would recommend putting it in within the first 6 days of the campaign opening. You choose the day that works for you. If your office gets paid on Friday, go ahead and pick the Friday, after the opening of the campaign. Tell everybody, if your majority of your people are ordering from work, tell everybody that, I need to have orders on the Friday, and everybody gives you your order, and then you place it on the Saturday, because unless you want to rush home and do it that night. But otherwise, you can place your order on Saturday, and everybody has all day Friday to get you their orders. And then my next tip is to stay consistent and make that an every 2-week occurrence. That way your customers become accustomed. Okay, Anne is going to place her order every Friday, every other Friday. And I know that I need to get my order to her before that Friday, or I will have to wait for 2 Fridays to come. We do 1 order per campaign so that we save on shipping. If you place more than 1 order per campaign, you will have to pay shipping on each campaign or on each order. So that's tip number 3, is place 1 order per campaign. So what mine looks like is I place my order on the opening day of the campaign. I place it at 9 o'clock on the 22nd, which would be the opening of campaign 4. I would place my order at 9 o'clock that morning. I would then have already started prepping my campaign 5 books, and I would go ahead and start passing those out when I'm out and about. I would start giving those out to customers that didn't order in campaign 4 so that they can be looking to order with me on the next campaign cycle. And then I would give books to everyone that orders in campaign 4 when their order comes in. So I am always pre-working so that when a campaign opens, I am literally placing it on the day that that campaign opens. If you're at the beginning, if you're new, you pick that day, and hopefully you're able to stay consistent and make that work for you. But that is how our campaigns work. Any of our goals, like if we're reaching for President's Club, Premier, any of the levels, you have the calendar year of campaign 1 through campaign 26 to earn that. And yes, they do have to be re-earned the following year. With that being said, if I earned it in the prior year, I get to reap the benefits in the following year. So I earned it in 2019. So through 2020, I stay a President's Club member. That's what I earned this year. But I have to re-earn it in campaign in year 20 so that I can have it in year 2021. I hope that makes sense. So that is a few of the things that really work around our campaign calendar. If you have any questions, please just let me know and I would be happy to help. But I hope that that answered a lot of your questions and gave you a few tips that I hope that you are going to be so successful in selling here at Avon.